If you find our content valuable, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It's more than just a click. It's a vote of support, a nod of appreciation, and a way to help us reach more people like you.
Sort of now step into what's coming next, and we'll talk. I'll try to be as brief as possible, but big thing for us, and it's been worked on for quite some time, is the data residency support. So at Jira, Atlassian supports has supported data residency for a few years now, I believe, for some time, where customers can choose to have their Jira Cloud workspace in the country they reside in by pinning Jira to their region. So let's say customers in Europe would say that, look, they need to keep their Jira data in Europe. They have that option by configuring their Jira workspace at the time of starting subscribing to Jira, and keeping all their data residing in Europe, and vice versa. Atlassian supports US, UK, Europe, and Australia, Singapore, and Canada as of now recently. And so that those regions have been something that customers can choose to host their data for privacy reasons. Most government organizations, legislation requires that they keep their data in their local region. So that's been great from a Jira side, but most companies are probably not aware that Jira apps themselves that you subscribe to for Jira, the native apps, couldn't support the region that you're in. And the main reason for that is because Atlassian hadn't actually introduced their latest changes yet, which is currently coming out of beta, that allows apps to know what region the customer's Jira workspace is based in. And so if the customer changes, for instance, from the US to, let's say, Australia, to change their Jira workspace to be hosted in Australia, then the app could be notified in real time that, look, this Jira customer is now based in Australia. Please move all Jira app data to be based in Australia as well. And so this support is something we've been working on, and as a result, this month we'll be pushing out, at the end of December, we'll be pushing out our data residency support, which means customers who choose to move their Jira app workspace in Vansah, they want to move Vansah to be hosted in the region, they literally have that. They'll have that option to now move Vansah to be based in Australia or whatever region you're in. It's not a selection that they can do to say, look, I want to move Vansah to Europe and keep Jira in the US. I mean, if they don't want to move Vansah to their Jira pinned location, that's their choice. But it will appear to them that, look, you can choose to have Vansah in Australia because you are pinned. You've pinned your Jira workspace to Australia, and Vansah supports Australia in data residency. So would you like to do that? So as a Jira admin, they would select yes, migrate the data. Now the data will be migrated. All your data from the US will be migrated to Australia and be hosted in the Australian region, the same region as your Jira workspace region. That's the experience for customers that have installed Vansah and have recently moved their Jira location to a new new region, and they want to now move their Vansah data as well. But for customers that have already pinned their location to their local region and they install Vansah for the first time, they would automatically their Vansah workspace would be installed in their Jira workspace, in their Jira region automatically. So it's not going to be anything they need to do anything about it. It will just automatically occur. So a couple of things there, as you can imagine, testing to make sure that customers' data will be migrated successfully to the region they choose. That's number one. And number two, being able to support customers to have Vansah in their Jira workspace located in the region they've chosen. So it's all part of our push to be a global competitive player in the Atlassian ecospace, to ensure that data, we treat data very seriously, and we obviously, our customers are very keen to ensure that their data is always maintained in that compliant environment. So we're excited about that. I'll move on from that, and there'll be more information about that. There's some announcements already there, but that's something we're working on. Something big here and something really, really special and exciting to all of us is our Cognate AI support. So we've been working with our team in our R&D team for a few months now, and we've some of you have seen some prototypes of this, how it works, and it's been really impressive. And that is about allowing you to create test cases, the test steps against any Jira story that you have. And it's a very interactive type of AI management solution for you, is that our AI engine will ask questions based on what this Jira story is. So if you needed to know a little bit more, it will present some information back to you or questions back to you to sort of ensure that what it does create is very accurate, in the sense that, you know, it's not just giving you tests that you would then have to go through and spend more time to realize that this is, you know, irrelevant. We don't want generic stuff. We need our AI engine to be as accurate as possible. So as a result of it, we're constructing our proprietary solution around how we review your Jira issue and understand what type of test that you should have in the first place, and to sort of maybe ask some questions that it could be a little bit about, you know, what the story is. And from that result, which we don't have a lot of information to share right now, but what we sort of plan to do is release our first, I'd say beyond beta, but a little bit, yeah, let's call it beta. Don't like to sort of push beta stuff out there, but it's definitely first release of our Cognate AI solution that will be available in your Jira workspace. And there will be a tab in your Vansah dashboard that can allow you to interact to create tests. And those tests are not only just test cases, they're also detailed based on the type of test. If it's a BDD test, if it's a multi-step test, or whatever it may be you need, it will generate them for you automatically. And what I've seen recently is just mind-blowing in terms of the accuracy and the power. We've tested it out even with when we're using data residency. We're about to consider what type of tests we should run ourselves as a team to validate the data residency changes we're doing. And the stuff that our Cognate solution has created was, I recall in the meeting that some of our testers were saying, we didn't think of that. That's actually quite important. How do we miss that? And that's because the AI engine really adds a lot of value there. So things to consider, what we're doing is, once we release it in January, it's going to be full steam ahead. So we're not talking about small changes after that. It's going to be quite a agile and aggressive type, you know, push to give a very competitive version of AI integration to Vansah. And I think we're keen to see some organizations come on board very quickly. There's no extra charge for it. It's all part of the solution to give teams a lot more insights to creating tests. And where we move beyond that is about insights to risks and the type of test coverage you have, and if you've missed anything that we think you should consider, that would be fed back to the team. I'm going to just literally quickly try to move as fast as I can now, just to talk very quickly about Vansah Connect. You know, it's all about what we're doing from an automation integration, mainly integrating to other tools. So we, Shubham, you've probably heard, present a bit about our automation plugins to Selenium and so forth, where he's been working on a generic NPM library. I believe that it's not my area that I can really talk much about, but it's a solution that could actually allow you to integrate many different tools using one single solution. So that's something that we'll cover off in February a little bit more, and that will just make a lot more sense as to how useful it is for most people. And the big thing for us is our Vansah validators. So Jira is very big on automation. If you're not familiar with, you can automate a lot of tasks, a lot of checks around issues and changes. We are doing the same thing now for Vansah to integrate with Jira's workflow actions. And things that we could help with is, for instance, if all the test cases against the Jira issue have passed, then you can say that as a result of that, only allow a Jira to transition to the done state once all the test cases have achieved a certain criteria. So that sort of automation validation is what we're doing. Or even if you sort of wanted to create a rule to say that, okay, once all tests are finished, automatically move the issue to the next state. That is what you can start doing very soon. So big thing around workflow automation for 24, and it's already in the in progress right now. So it's looking good. There's automation. I think I've covered that off with the Connect integration, but they're the kind of like first quarter of 24 that you will start to hear more of. But definitely there's a lot more things that we're working on. But I think I just want to wrap it up, and I think I've just hit that 5 o'clock time slot. So we tried to keep it to the 5 to that 1 hour time slot that we had, Hala. But thank you everyone for your patience. Most importantly, your feedback. The community has just been really at another level for us. It's been so good to see some of that one-on-one direct support. I even have some customers that have requested to have a one-on-one Teams meeting directly to give us some more insights around what they would like changed, and we encourage that. And it's really how the product is shaping to be what it is today and what it will be in the future. So thank you again.